If we listen to the first reading from Genesis chapter 15, it is a reading that already sets the bridge between this year, 2017, and 2018. Above all, it's also a reading that brings faith into families. The word is families. Today is Holy Family Day, feast of the Holy Family. My dear sisters and brothers, Abraham was just around 75 years old when this story happened to him, the one we heard in the first reading. At 75, he met God. And God promised him, as we heard again, that he would give him a child. But the problem with Abraham at that time was that he was old already, 75. Yet, he trusted God. He felt that God can still provide. God can still do what is unexpected. So, in these few lines of Genesis chapter 15, I will just speak two things and then we continue with the mass. Number one, my dear friend, listen to me. You who is listening, learn to trust God. Learn to trust God. He was 75 years old when this promise was made. You all know that very well. And he had no child. No wonder he was afraid that somebody would become his heir. Somebody would take over. And it's in this fear that he was wondering. He was wondering what God will have for him. If you trust God by his word, it is enough. Having faith in God alone is enough. See, because you are not the one who is going to provide. Saying it is God who provides, who will make your faith become active, alive. You just have to trust him and then leave the rest to him. Abraham learned to trust God. If you know the story very well, it took 25 years for this promise to happen. 25 years. So for 25 years, he was waiting for God to give him a child. We know marriages that have been there for years, also waiting for God to give him children. God has his own plans for everybody, so we leave that to God, that he answers them at his own time. Amen. But above all, the story of Abraham goes on, and then because God was delaying, he gave God an answer. He was thinking that somebody should be asked to be his heir. So the first point I made was that you have to trust God. But the second one we should be wary of is that don't suggest for God. As you enter the year 2018, you might be tempted to suggest for God. Abraham, knowing that Eliezer, that's the name of the man, Eliezer was his chief servant. These days we shall call him household administrator, or in political cycles, the chief of staff. So, having no child, no son, he told God, let my chief of staff take over for me. He was suggesting for God. And God quickly had to tell him, Abraham, don't suggest for me. Mary, don't suggest for me. Joseph, don't suggest for me. You listening to me. Don't suggest for me. Sometimes life can hit us so much that we tend to suggest for God. God, I know you have promised me this, but this is not happening. Let us do this. Let this what happen. In the year 2018, which we are just about to enter, that in the threshold of 2018, let's learn not to suggest for God. Just trust him. Don't suggest for him, and he will do the rest. I'll end with how God revealed to Abraham the beauty of his descendants. We are told that because Abraham was always indoors, busy with work, he didn't even know the number of the stars. So God asked him to step out. So he went outside. And when Abraham was outside, God asked him to look into the skies and count the number of stars. He couldn't count. For the first time, he realized that the stars are too many to count. Do you know why? It's because God wanted him to move away from the distractions before he could see the number of the stars. In 2018, let us learn to move away from the distractions of life. Because when life becomes so distracting for us, we tend to forget that there are many blessings up there that are waiting for us. Abraham had to move away from his home. He had to move away out of the house to come stand outside the open, out of distractions, before he could see the many stars in the skies. Learn in this year 2018 we're about to enter to avoid distractions. It's only when we learn to avoid the distractions in our lives, then we can see the beauty of God. Then we can see our stars. And then we can count our stars and realize that they can't be counted because God's blessings cannot be counted. May these few words help us to enter the year 2018. May these few words also help us as families to trust in God always, not to suggest for him, and also to move away from distractions if you want to see indeed the blessing of God in your life. Amen.